Hey guys, welcome to Cyntillating Reviews, and as promised, as soon as we got a date for Tekken Bloodline, I was going to go ahead and create a discussion post. So I looked through the comments on both the reaction of the newer Tekken Bloodline trailer that was released a few days ago, and the teaser trailer that came out sometime April, May, I believe, around that time. And you guys put in some pretty interesting comments, and I monitor every single comment. So again, thank you guys, first of all, for being polite for each other, and second of all, this is, I feel, some great discussions that we can have while we are waiting for Tekken Bloodline to be streamed on Netflix August 18th. So to start, I'm going to go back to the comments of the Tekken Bloodline trailer that I released a few days ago titled "Get Ready to View the King of Iron Fists." So let's take a look and see which discussion would be, let's see what discussion or what comments we're going to kind of have a part on. Before I continue on, I just want to say if I butcher your guys' names, I do apologize. Okay, so the first comment came from Amina Ori, and they put in a couple of comments in this video, and they basically said, "I'm mainly so excited for the training parts like June and Jin interactions. That's going to be so precious and iconic, and I can be with you on that." I agree with you. I can't wait to see, how Jin's relation with his mother is compared to, like Xiaoyu or Horang or anybody else. The Heihachi trains, and then also the how Heihachi trains him, and just seeing the huge comparison to how Jun treated him to Heihachi. Jun was more calm, gentle, spiritual, and then Heihachi straight up tells Jin everything opposite to Jun's teaching. That's going to be super cool and an awesome dynamic to see. Then secondly, I'm super excited for Jin and Horang's rivalry and friendship. I agree with this because I'm kind of interested to know just a little bit about, like Jun's spiritual and fighting ways of the Kazama, family teachings versus the Mishima's fighting techniques, where it's just like blunt brute force, power is everything, where when we come to the Kazama side, it's spiritual, and it's one of these, like, you don't fight for power, you fight, for things like that. And in a way, it's kind of like martial arts. Martial arts is known for the mind. And I agree with Jin and Horang's rivalry and friendship, like you said, because as I mentioned in this trailer, like, they don't hate each other, but they don't like each other. They hate each other, but they don't like each other. And I'm kind of interested to see this. It's already going to be hilarious when both of them at the same time said no when they asked were their friends or not. Amanai also said, "I just hate the triangle lighting on the characters on literally every shot. Other than that, it looks pretty solid, and Netflix anime adaptations never fail." When we talk about live actions, they fail. But when we're actually doing, like, animation-wise, yeah, we can have a hit or miss of a survival. I did get nervous at first because the style, in a way, does kind of remind me of the recent Berserk series that arose a few years ago. But I think if we can pass, like, the horrible animation and just focus on more of, like, the character story, the fight techniques, being sucked into all that action and drama, it should hopefully be standard and okay that we can just skip with the lighting. Amanai also asked the question, there's also going to be a time skip, right? Because Jin is 15 when Jun trains him and 19 when he enters Tekken 3. And I think I responded. I don't think I responded. I don't know. But essentially, yes, I think there is going to be a time skip because Amanai is correct. When we did see Jin for the very first time in this trailer, he did look young. He did look like 14, 15 years old, and then as the years pass, and in this recent trailer, you can kind of see him, like, look a little older, definitely more, like, bulkier with all that training and the muscles. This guy is ripped. You don't get this rip within a year. There's no way. It's physically impossible to do so. So if we take into that rule, then yes, I think there is going to be a 4-year skip. Amanai also said, I comment too much, haha, but I'm wondering if we're gonna get to see the Heihachi betrayal. Spoilers for you guys that have never seen any playthrough of the Tekken series. When he shoots Jin from behind. In the teaser trailer, you can see Devil Jin at the end, and during this trailer, when you pause at the end when the shots were moving pretty fast, you can see Jin beat Horang and Heihachi watching and looking completely shocked. Will that be the scene where Horang and Jin fight and Jin can't control the Devil Gene? That's when Heihachi realizes he has the Devil Gene, and at the end of the show we will probably see him betray Jin by shooting him. I mean, according to Tekken 7, Heihachi threw Kazuya off the cliff because of the Devil Gene, so of course he wouldn't be too pleased to see Jin inherited. Yes and no for this one. Yes, when I think the ending of hopefully maybe the season, if Tekken Bloodline does well, if it does very, very well, then hopefully we'll get another season, which could maybe carry over to Tekken 4 or 5. But I think the ending for Tekken 3 will follow the video game story. But no to where Jin beats Horang and Heihachi watches, and that's kind of where he realizes that Jin has the Devil Gene. I think he might discover it definitely within the tournament, but I don't think he's going to discover it with the fight with Horang. I'm trying to think back to Tekken 3. It's been quite some time. I don't think there was a point where it was noted Jin had the Devil Gene, and then during the tournament when he fought someone, and then Heihachi says, oh, okay, yeah, this is pretty evident that he has the Devil Gene. I think you are. I think it's going to happen not with Horang, but I think something else is going to go down. Because at the opening credits of Tekken 3, the tattoo or the mark, that the devil mark, I call it, on Jin's left arm, that's going to appear. And this devil spirit thing, like, showed up in front of him. And I think that is where Heihachi or somebody is going to relay to Heihachi and say, hey, this is what happened. And then there you go. Amanai also says, super hype, and my favorite character, Xiaoyu, is in this. Yeah, as standard rule, Xiaoyu did make her first appearance in Tekken 3, so it's kind of nice to see like certain characters come in. Again, it's pretty interesting to see Julia Chang in Tekken 3, but in Tekken 7 clothing. Again, I'm not going to get used to that. And we also have Leroy into this as well. And he didn't make his appearance until Tekken 7. So that's going to be pretty interesting. Okay, so from Jada-san said, I wonder what Nina's role will be in the anime, because in the Tekken 3 timeline, Nina woke up from cryosleep with amnesia and was mind-controlled by Ogre to kill Jin. Really? I don't remember that part. Like I said, it's been a while since I played Tekken 3. I don't remember that part. It's a bit of a retcon for her to be cordial with him during the tournament unless she gets possessed in later episodes. Anyway, can't wait to find out in August. I did comment on this one. I said, me too, this could be her role if we follow the Tekken 3 story, but we'll find out. I mean, I'm not expecting the series to be nitpick followed exactly how it was in the video game. But we'll kind of see what differences are there. And, you know, maybe, you know, Nina is going to keep that same role. Maybe, you know, at the end of the season, Ogre is dead, her being controlled is broken, and she's back to kind of her norm self. But I think it's Tekken 3, if you remember her ending, Nina and her sister Anna went to go see their father in the cemetery, and then a little bit of her memory came back, and that's when it displayed the rivalry between Nina and Anna, and Nina just gives Anna like a real bitch slap to the face, and she walks away from the cemetery, and Anna just has this like smile on her face, almost like, yep, she's back. Sly Taurus said, so Keith Silverstein as Heihachi and Julia's Tekken 7 VA Stephanie Shea is now voicing Xiao Yu in the show. Huh. That's pretty interesting. I wonder why Stephanie is voicing Xiao Yu when she voiced Julia Chang in the Tekken 7 game. Fun fact, if you guys didn't know, Julia Chang's ending was the first video where she actually spoke. She talked. Everyone else just kind of had like a silent video, ending credit video, where, you know, we just kind of watched their ending, but Julia had an actual full conversation with Michelle, and Michelle Chang is her adopted mother. Sir Crusher said, I'm Team Paul. Okay, I see it. I see it, because damn that Paul Phoenix. So Storm Shadow asked me a couple of questions that were not related to the Tekken game, but I think were related to like the genre that I can answer it. So they asked if I was into fighting games. So I'm going to stick with Tekken and my history with Tekken. Tekken was probably one of the very first fighting games that I have been exposed to as a little kid, and it just kind of stuck with me since, and I really enjoyed it. And when I got older, I understood the story of the game, and I really loved the story, and I'm just very excited for Tekken. Even if it's like a fest, I still love Tekken. The only fest is Tekken 2 Kazuya's Revenge. Now, for those that don't know what that is, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And another question from Storm Shadow is, who's your favorite character? I commented too many to pick, which is true, because I have too many characters that I really, really love and I use so much to fight with in the video game. So just to name off the few, there's Nina Williams, there's Jin Kazuma, there's Christine Montero, there's Michelle Chang. So those are like the big ones that I personally liked, and I still like to this day. So that is all the comments for this video. So let's see if there are any comments or newer comments in the teaser trailer video I posted a few months back. Now, this is when we first got the reveal for Tekken Bloodline, when it was like for sure confirmed that it is going to air. Acme Anime Bobby said, I'm a major fan of the video games. I own 1, 2, 3 tag all the way up to 7. Me too. To say I'm a fan will be an understatement. Honestly, I thought it looked pretty hyped, and I'm most looking forward to seeing Heihachi and Ogre. For Paul, I'm going to watch him multiple times alone just for him. He's still my main. I get it. When you have a main, and if they're badass, and if they show off their badassery in the series, why do you not want to watch it? And I think Paul is going to keep his badassery in the anime trailer, or in the anime. So Down Goblin Town said, make the series crazy good. I have Tekken 7. I want the series to storyline all the way to Tekken 7. It's going to be awesome. And if Tekken Bloodline does well for the Tekken 3 storyline, I think it may continue, but I hope the directors and producers will cross the line when they say, okay, enough's enough, before, you know, it just kind of becomes like a train wreck. Sly Taurus, who commented in the recent video, said Netflix must also make Soul Calibur series. Again, if Tekken Bloodline does well, maybe there could be a chance for a Soul Calibur series. I don't follow this series as much as I do for Tekken 7, but my husband is actually a fan of Soul Calibur. And if we do get anything for Soul Calibur, I'll kind of bring him in here to tell a little bit about the story. But the gaming style-wise is really neat. And honestly, I play Soul Calibur just for the sake of customization. Again, this comment is not really related to the Tekken game, but Arya Arizmagi, I did answer her before, but she said, how many video game adaptations have you watched before where we're kind of decent? There were not too many. No more than 3, in my opinion. They were not even ranked high on other people's lists. Video game movie adaptation movies is pretty hard to get high reviews. It is such a hard genre to just kind of make it into the box office. The only one that did successfully do that in this underdog franchise, genre was Sonic. Sonic was the only one that was able to do so. But some that I thought were okay-ish, I guess. I was a fan of Ratchet and Clank, so I did see the Ratchet and Clank movie. It was okay to pass the time a little bit, but to say that it was like the best thing ever, I can't really say that. Mortal Kombat. I did watch the very, very, very first Mortal Kombat film that was released in 1995, I believe, and I thought it was really good as a little kid back then. I mean, I still like it. It's not something to rave home to, but again, to pass the time, and if you want certain fight scenes, or if you're a gamer and you like the idea of Mortal Kombat, or if you're not a gamer but if you like the idea of Mortal Kombat, maybe the very first one will do justice for you. Mortal Kombat Annihilation, I don't care for. This newer Mortal Kombat, it was quite some time ago. I tried to give it a whirl. I couldn't do it. But maybe I'll try it again. And the only reason for that was around that time, I was in an area where I had like literally no internet connection. Or even if I did, it was almost like DSL dial-up-ish, sorta, even though it wasn't. But it was still pretty bad. And I got Sherlock around that time also. So that was pretty difficult to kind of watch something, for entertainment while you're watching like a live being for necessity. Maybe I'll give it a whirl again. I know Mortal Kombat has a sequel coming out, and I think it's gonna premiere on HBO Max as well. I don't remember the full article, but that's what I heard. So these are just kind of the things that showed up in my past videos for Tekken Bloodline. So if you guys have any questions about Tekken Bloodline, or if you wanted to put it in the comments, and I'll make another discussion video probably sometime within the next few weeks, put it down below. So thank you guys so much for stopping in at Cyntillating Review. What do you guys think of Tekken Bloodline? Let me know your thoughts down below. Like this video, subscribe to Cyntillating Reviews, help me make it grow. I want to see something come out of this. If you want to be notified for personal videos or all my content, make sure you click that bell down below. If I get 250 subscribers, I will review and possibly react, if I am allowed to, When Blackbirds Fly, written and produced by Jimmy Screamer Claus, who was responsible for When the Dead Go to Die. Look forward to that. I also have a Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, where I'll post updates on videos and keep tabs of upcoming content. See you guys later on another day.